Malami is paying for what he did. I told you here. Esther, I told you that look, whatever you sow, you reap. Evil does not last forever.
For years, Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General of the Federation, was widely believed to be positioning himself for the Kebbi state governorship. As one of the most powerful figures in the Buhari administration between 2015 and 2023, Malami controlled Nigeria's legal machinery and built an expansive political network at home. That ambition is now under serious threat. Malami is currently in detention by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and faces multiple corruption-related charges involving Paris Club refunds, central bank intervention loans, and the reparation of Abacha loot. Investigators say assets worth over 200 billion naira have been traced to him. Why Malami matters? As AGF, Malami was not just a legal advisor to the federal government, he was a gatekeeper. He oversaw international asset recovery, federal government contracts, legal opinions that shape fiscal decisions, high profile prosecutions, and settlements. That power also made him politically formidable in Kebbi State, where he was increasingly seen as a future governor. The Paris Club controversy. One of the most damaging allegations against Malami stems from the Paris Club refunds. Nigeria exited the Paris Club creditors in 2005 after paying $12 billion to secure debt relief. Years later, states demanded refunds, arguing that most of the debt had been incurred by the federal government. Malami advised the federal government to deduct $418 million from state allocations to pay consultants hired to calculate the refund. Governors strongly opposed the deductions, accusing Malami of acting in the interest of the consultants rather than the state. Despite the backlash, payments were eventually approved. EFCC investigators now allege that kickbacks from this deal formed a major source of Malami's wealth. The Anchor Borrowers Program and the 4 billion naira loan. Another major strand of the case involves the Central Bank of Nigeria's Anchor Borrowers Program, ABP, launched to boost agricultural production. Investigators allege that Malami used the name of one of his wives, Hajia Bashir Asabe, to obtain a 4 billion naira loan under the program, a loan that was allegedly never repaid. Both Malami and his wife have been charged to court over the transaction. The ABP itself has come under scrutiny, with over 600 billion naira of more than 1 trillion naira disbursed, reportedly unrecovered, raising wider concerns that the scheme was abused by politically connected individuals. The Abacha Loot Commission scandal. Perhaps the most controversial allegation relates to the reparation of $321 million looted by former military ruler Sani Abacha. The funds had already been recovered and frozen abroad before Malami became AGF. Nigeria had paid Swiss lawyers to handle the recovery, leaving Malami with little more than administrative duties to legalize the process. Despite this, Malami allegedly hired 2 Nigerian lawyers in 2017, authorizing the payment of $16.9 million in commissions from the recovered funds, effectively duplicating work that had already been completed. EFCC sources say part of these payments were later traced back to Malami. The 2 lawyers involved have reportedly been detained and questioned. Malami has denied all allegations, describing the investigations as politically motivated. His media team insists he will defend himself in court and clear his name. However, the scale of the allegations, spanning multiple years of financial scheme, has cast a long shadow over his political future. What this means for Kebbi politics. For a politician once seen as a front-runner for Kebbi's top job, Malami's legal troubles are more than personal, they are political. A prolonged trial, asset seizures, or a conviction would severely weaken his influence within Kebbi politics, damage elite and grassroots support, make a governorship run politically toxic. Even if acquitted, the trial may consume the time, resources, and credibility required to mount a serious campaign. And the bottom line, in conclusion, Abubakar Malami's rise was built on power, access, and legal authority at the center of a government. His fall, if the allegations hold, may become one of the most consequential post-Buhari corruption cases. For now, the courtroom, not the campaign trail, is where Malami's political future will be decided.